Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Knifeface, bringing you my review of Game of Thrones Episode 3. This is Season 8, and we're finally here, the Battle of Winterfell. Oh my god, there's so much to talk about. We're definitely going to just dive into spoilers right away. So I'm just going to give you a spoiler warning right now, because there's no way I can talk to you about what just transpired in this epic, monumental, like, holy shit episode. It's all been building up to this. It's crazy. We had Avengers Endgame, and now we have the Battle of Winterfell. It's like, what the fuck? They're really trying to just destroy us, you know? It really is the Endgame. Whew! I had to take a deep breath several times in this episode, so that's my impression. Almost had a heart attack several times. My anxiety level was through the roof. I was just like shouting at the TV, like, what the fuck? Like, so many crazy, just intense moments. Like, my palms were all sweating. I was feeling like my blood pressure was rising. Like, I'm telling you, man, this was beyond intense. Whew, it's crazy. Overall, this is one of the most intense, insanely, like, just done battles in television history. Now, I think it ranks up with, like, the Battle of the Bastards and the Spoils of War. I don't know if I'm ready to say that this is the best battle of Game of Thrones, and we'll go into spoilers and I'll tell you why. But it ranks at least at the top 5 for sure. I guess there was a lot of expectations going into this, and did it live up? Did it love? I can't fucking talk to you. Like, did it live up to those expectations? Yes, I say like 90% yes. You know, but I'll just drop my score right away. I'm gonna give this episode like a 9.5 out of 10. I feel strong about a 9.5 out of 10, but I can see a lot of people tearing this episode apart, and we'll get into why in the spoilers. And it's kind of understandable because there's a lot of expectations going in to this specific episode. There's a lot of characters that people felt should have got killed in last season, and they were saved, kind of like maybe potentially died in this episode. So here we go. Here's a spoiler warning. Boom. We're going to dive right into it. Spoiler warning. Recap the episode. Let's start at the beginning. You know, it starts out slow, like everybody's just arming themselves, getting ready for this battle, and you could just feel like the tension. You could just cut it through air, like a knife through butter, man. It was just so thick, the tension, and the dread was building, and oh man, and it was getting colder and colder, and yeah, I had goosebumps throughout. I was just in a state of shock. I was just shooketh throughout the whole episode. Yeah, one cool thing is that Melisandre, I'm going to talk about what stood out to me a lot, the most, the moments, mainly than try to cover everything. But everything took place in Winterfell, of course, like we thought it would. And Melisandre shows up. I was wondering when she would show up, but she does. And she was a great asset to to the battle because, you know, she has like the what's it called, the Lord of Light, you know, beside her, so she can, like, you know, make flames and fire, and that's exactly what she does. She blessed the Dothrakis. They had like flaming, wielding hook swords. It was badass, and that shot, that amazing wide shot of them going first, which I thought was kind of senseless. They should have just waited and held their positions. You'll see why. And that was insane. I was just, oh my god. It was scary. You just seen them in the distance. And you see each, like, lit hook sword that the Dothraki had just be distinguished one by one. So you just see, like, little flames disappearing one by one. And Jorah went with them. And you're just like, what the hell? They're not showing the whites just yet. They're, like, hiding in darkness. And that's one thing, which is why I won't rank this battle as the number one best, because I have to say it was kind of hard to, like, sometimes focus on what was going on because it was shot too dark. You know, I know, like, yes, I know, like, the White Walkers and the Whites, they masked themselves with the blizzard and the wind and the cold air and the dark. So it was like a storytelling choice more than like a visual choice, you know, which is fine. It's totally understandable, but it did make it kind of hard to see where the characters were at. I'm just like trying to focus, like, well, did Jamie just die? What? Like, you know. But damn, they get swamped like we expect. Like I expected. I expected them to just be completely swarmed, and they did. Like the way they just come at them in like rolling herds. Like it reminded me of World War Z. The waves upon waves of fucking dead of zombies. It's like, what the hell are they gonna do? You know, all that dragon glass they built. Yeah, like fuck, man. It was. Oh, excuse me. For a long day. Sorry about that yawn. That just came out of nowhere. This is unedited, uncut, so you have to roll with it. It was an hour and a half. Like, whoa, shit. Like, I think we got enough in this hour and a half. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You can see almost everybody was not prepared for this battle. Like, mentally, you know, like, at least Jon got to ride a dragon, but damn, everybody else was like, what the fuck are we even fighting? Whoa, like, yo, I would have been the first to run. I'd be like, fuck that. Like, even the Hound, he was, of course, I had a feeling the Hound was just going to be so shook to the core, he was going to have that moment where he was just going to freeze up, and he did. Well, we'll get to that. But basically, the front lines just got swamped and bombarded, like Brienne and Podrick. Of course, Ed is the first one to die. No surprise there. I had a feeling he was going to bite the dust. So he's the first one to die. Then everybody starts retreating, and the Unsullied are trying to hold them back with their spears and their shields. And Grey Worm is commanding them, you know, just hold it, hold the line, hold strong, you know. Hold steadfast and strong, and, you know, protect the retreat. Everybody's retreating. And it was, I love that shot of, that part when Melisandre lit the trenches on fire. And so that bought him some time, and I was like, oh, shit, yes. But then at the same time, I was thinking, well, they're bringing the ice storm, like the fucking ice age, basically, with them, so that those flames are going to be extinguished. Like, it's not going to last that long. But no, the fucking Night King just, you know, starts commanding the dead, controlling them, like they're just dropping. And I'm thinking, what, are they just burning and then he's going to bring them back up when they make it to the other side? No, he was making a bridge from the bodies, and they all just start coming through, and just like, what the, you know. Oh, it was just chaos. It was just pandemonium. And that's why I rate the episode so high. I know there's going to be some storytelling choices, and people are just going to shit on, and I already know. And in a sense, it is kind of understandable, especially with the expectations so high. My gripes is, some of the deaths were not as shocking as I thought they would be, but still shocking. But I expected more. I expected, like, the body count of some of our main characters and side characters to be much higher, you know? So that's one negative and gripe I had. And also, we'll get to the end of who kills the Night King. We'll get to that. So those two things are my main gripes. Everything else was just spectacular. Everything else was just, like, I was just shocked. I was just in a trance, in a state of shock, like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck. That was intense. We see Brienne and Jamie on top of the castle trying to fend off the whites, and they're just, with their Valyrian steel swords. And I love that they were fighting at each other's sides, having each other's backs. That was great teamwork there. The fucking giant, this dead giant white comes crashing through, fucks everybody up, fucks everybody on Bear Island. But, Lyanna Mormont is here to remind that giant, she's straight out of Bear Island. Lyanna Mormont is the most gangsta fucking kid ever. Like, she's basically getting crushed, and I'm just like, oh no, poor Lyanna, no, that's my girl. And then in her last, dying moments, she puts that dragon glass like dagger right through his fucking eye and just destroys him. I'm like, yes, Lyanna fucking Mormont, the baddest, like badass mofo in the North. Like seriously, Lyanna Mormont. Man, that death was great. Whew, like, she earned that death. Dang, like she was one of the best characters. Sad to see her go, but what a great moment. She had possibly one of the best moments in this episode, probably my favorite. So then we get this like aerial battle with Daenerys on her dragon on Drogon, and we get Jon Snow on, Rhaegar on that dragon, and the Night King on his dragon on Viserion, and they're just like going like at each other, and it's so fucking intense. And at one point, the dragons are just clawing at each other, biting each other. And you're just like, what the fuck? It's so nuts. And then, like, they're getting swamped. And Arya, she's first kicking ass with that dragon spear, the dragon glass spear. And I'm like, yeah, that's my girl. Arya, yeah, get it. Then she gets over swamped. Her spear breaks. And then it becomes like a Walking Dead episode in a sense where she's like playing hide and seek with these whites. She's like, oh, fuck. Using her like stealth skills, because I'm pretty sure she has like ninja stealth skills from what she learned in the House of the Undying when she was at Bravos, when she trained under the faceless god of those guys. So she's being like sneaky, and I love that shot of her putting that dagger slowly. She got that like stealth kill on that white. She's like, so it was intense. That part, I was like, just my palms were sweating. I was like, oh man, I was rooting for Arya because I don't want Arya to die because she's like one of my favorites. So I was rooting for her all the way, man. And we get to Theon, probably the most emotional part of the episode. I'm jumping all over the place, so this is not going to be in chronological order. I'm just giving you like jumping from the best moments, the most memorable moments. Theon's death, man, actually made me tear up, and you'll see in the reaction when I edit it together. Man, fucking Theon's death. Yeah, he redeemed himself. He died a hero sacrifice. It was like he tried to spear the Night King. The Night King just broke that shit and put it right through Theon. And just watched him die. Such a sad moment, man. Theon, man. He been through hell and back, but hey, he went out fighting. At that moment where Bran tells him, "You're a good man," that's the part that really brought me to tears. Probably the most emotional part of this episode. Like, that's what I'm saying. I thought it would be more emotional. I thought it would be just take an emotional toll on me. I thought it was going to be some Red Wedding shit where we're going to see Brienne, Jaime, maybe even fucking Tyrion, because they die, like some of the main players die. And then I knew this was going to happen in the crypt. The dead rose when I know I'm all over the place, but just bear with me. So let's go back on the outside of the Winterfell battle. On the outside. So they did a number on the Night King's Ice Dragon on Viserion. He falls off. Daenerys burns him with Drogon. It was an epic shot. And I was like, yeah, but I was like, wait, too fucking easy. No, he's fireproof. And he was just smiling. That was a creepy moment with the Night King. He just, like, he had that smug look like, hold my beer, bitch. Like, like, is that all you got? Like, shit. And then Jon is just charging at him, and then he does that thing with a hard home. I like that callback when he just starts raising the dead. He's like, you won't be able to get to me because I'm raising the Dothraki, I'm raising the Unsullied, I'm raising the stakes, I'm raising everybody that you killed, that you thought you killed. And I knew that was going to happen, and Jon is just, like, desperate. There was a lot of close calls in this episode where they were, like, overswarmed. And that was another thing that kind of bugged me, that he should have been dead. Like, Tormund should have been dead. Brienne and Jaime should have been dead. I don't know if Podrick died. Everybody was just so, like, scrambled. Like, it was just chaos. That I can't wait to see the next episode to see, do a head count. Like, who actually survived. And Sam, too. Sam, like, the last time we saw Sam, he was pinned to the fucking ground screaming, like, in pain, like, like they were just ripping him apart or something. So I don't even know if Sam survived. It's so crazy. Because, Jon saw Sam go down, and he was like, I'm sorry. I love you, Sam, but I got business to handle. And, you can't be mad at Jon for that. What's most important, killing the Night King or helping Sam? I'm sorry, but he's like, hey, I love Sam, but come on, you gotta put yourself in Jon Snow's position. It was just such an hour of desperation. You felt the desperation, and Beric dying. I predicted that. So basically, more the side characters are the ones that ended up dying. So Beric died. He gets killed. Then the Hound saves Arya. They get to Melisandre, and Melisandre basically tells her the prophecy. It's kind of like a Doctor Strange moment, where she says, like, you kill people with green eyes, brown eyes, and blue eyes. And I'm just thinking, wait, blue eyes? But I never thought it would be the Night King. Never. I thought it was like, oh, she's going to kill a White Walker that's probably going to kill Jon Snow or something, and save him and buy him enough time for Jon Snow to kill the Night King. That's what I was thinking, but it didn't go down that way. So, yeah, like, oh, man, it was just so fucking nuts. The crypt. I knew the crypt was a death trap. I knew, because, what did they have down there? Fucking dead bodies, and they were all coming out and just tearing up all the extras. And for a minute, I thought Sansa and Tyrion were going to die because they pull out their dragonglass daggers and they're holding hands, and I'm just like, are you serious? Are they actually going to kill these two off? No fucking way. Man, it was so intense. So intense, but they managed to survive, them and Varys and even Missandei. I don't know if Grey Worm survived. I think he died. I'm not sure. But that's what I'm saying. Everything was just so scatterbrained. Like, what the fuck? That's not necessarily a negative. It adds to the battle even more, that the battle was just, like, in a sense, just all so desperate, and just, it was just trying to survive, Oh my god. It was just an infinite onslaught of the undead coming from all different directions, different angles. It was just, oh my god, carnage and mayhem. Like a prison riot. Like, you see those prison riots where everybody's just like, like that, yes. Crazy shit like that. Or like at a concert where just a mad mob breaks out and everybody's just like, something like that. It was, yeah, pandemonium. It was crazy. So Jorah gets killed. It was a sad moment, but very fitting. He died protecting the woman that he loves, his queen. It was scary seeing all those, whites swarm Drogon. Drogon was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It looked like termites on him. He's like, shit, get off. He just takes off and leaves Daenerys just planted there. Like, what the fuck? Oh no, and that's another thing. It's just like in that moment where it went silent, and you could barely hear the music playing in the background. And it's this somber, ominous, like, tone throughout this entire sequence. And I love that tracking shot. It felt like a tracking shot where Jon Snow is just making his way through Winterfell, inside, and you just see these bodies dropping from, like, World War Z style bodies, like, line and waves of bodies dropping inside, going after him. And he's just avoiding everybody, all the chaos, and then the fucking Viserion breathing that ice fire or whatever, that blue fire, and just, what the fuck? He's just trying to, like, dodge that. Is so intense. It was so chaotic. The battle itself was quite impressive. Like I said, I just wish there were moments where the lighting could have been done better, so I can see, like, oh, that's what was going on. But I think they purposely made the lighting very dim, for story's sake, because, that's what the White Walkers and the Night King operate in, and that's through the darkness and the chill wind through winter. They bring the storm. They bring the winter, So then we get to, the Night King about to basically kill Bran, and Arya out of fucking nowhere just jumps, he catches her, and I'm thinking, Arya is dead. She is dead, and I was ready to well up, and she drops the dagger, and she does that trick where she, fakes out the Night King, grabs it by her other hand, and just stabs him and shatters him, and that's it. The Great War is won. And I'm just like, it was like a fuck yeah Arya moment, but I was like, wait, what? It's over? So I was a little underwhelmed. I just thought it would go about um, differently because throughout the episode we had this intense, you know, level of urgency where you just thought like everybody was just fucked. Like everybody was just gonna start toppling like dominoes, one after the other, and that's that's really what Game of Thrones is. They're merciless, so I expected more deaths. I thought Gendry would die. I thought Varys was gonna die in that crypt with Missandei, with Gilly and the baby, but they even survived. I thought Sam was fucked. I thought he would die, but maybe he's still alive in the next episode. That's what I'm saying. I thought like the stakes were high, and we're like met halfway with the payoff. Like I don't know. My rating could drop to a 9 after I rewatch it, but for now it's a 9.5. Can't get it quite to a 10 because like by the end I was a little underwhelmed, I have to say. Arya being the one to end the Great War, and I love Arya. This comes from an Arya fan. I don't know. It was fitting. It felt like fan service to that point, but really fan service like Arya killing the Night King. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I know people probably feel differently. Like, yeah, she ended the war, and hey, and the biggest takeaway I can take away from from that moment is that Arya lives and she can kick ass. Maybe she can kill. I don't think she could kill Cersei. I think that'd be overkill. I don't want her to kill Cersei. I think it needs to be probably Jaime. I think he's still alive, or one of the Lannisters. That'd be more fitting. You know what I mean? But at least she could. She's alive to protect her family now, so which is cool. I really like that Arya's alive. Nonetheless, crazy, intense, monumental episode that just gave me anxiety throughout. I just could barely catch my breath. I was like, I thought I needed like life support or something. Like it was so fucking crazy. Oh man, but yeah, can't wait to rewatch it again. I'll probably do that like after I upload this review and my reaction later on. But those are my thoughts. It's a 9.5 out of 10. Very well done, intense, thrilling episode. Now we're left with 3 episodes, and now the next war is going to happen between Daenerys and the survivors, and the rest of the Northerners versus Cersei at King's Landing with the Golden Company and fucking Euron Greyjoy. We'll see what happens. The Hound is still alive, so Clegane Bowl looks like it's on. It's probably going to happen. The Mountain versus the Hound. Hell yeah. So, yeah. Post your comments down below. Let me know. What did you think about this episode? Did it live up to your expectations? Did it live up to the hype? Where does this rank up in terms of battles? Do you think the Battle of the Bastards is better than this? Do you think it's better than that battle? Or where does this rank in like top 10 or top 5 Game of Thrones episodes? I'm curious to know. And what did you think about Arya being the one to kill the Night King and ending the Great War? I want to know your opinions, all your thoughts down below. And if you're finding my channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well so you can be up to date whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.